You can pick one of these books up tomorrow at Brazos Books on Bissonnet at 7 o'clock. He'll be signing some books, and when you pick one up tomorrow night, you get in free to the show at 14 Pews on Saturday night with John Inman. Should be fantastic. Yeah. Well, can we talk you out of a song?
Why not? That sounds like a good thing to do since I've got this 12-string wrapped around my neck. This song is from Lakota, my one-man show about black elk and the Indian Wars of the 19th century. And this is a song that initiates the Indian Wars, if you will, or it's the response to what initiated the Indian Wars, which was the Sand Creek Massacre in 1866 or 1865 in Colorado. Cheyenne people by a man named Chittenden, who was kind of an insane preacher, and did a horrible massacre of Cheyenne people under a flag of truce. And the Cheyenne sent a pipe out to all of their allies, and if you smoked that pipe, that meant you committed to fighting. And when Red Cloud, the great Lakota warrior chief, after he smoked the pipe, he declared the war on every living thing west of the Mississippi River. And a few months later, he became the first Indian man to win a declared war against the United States government, and issued the greatest defeat that we had experienced in that point in our history. And many believe that had the Little Bighorn not happened a decade later, this battle would have been it was overshadowed by Little Bighorn.
Sure.
So this is a song called Red Cloud.
Dogwood limb tripped with hay makes a warrior's arrow sharp and straight, and a wooden bow and a Sioux's strong hand shapes into a fearless warrior band. And the band screams war out loud, following the mighty name of Red Cloud. They waited by the Bozeman trail like the silent still before the dare, till they heard the clattering of steel and the rusty turning of the wheels. Then the band screamed war out loud, following the mighty name of Red Cloud. Red Cloud, I believe you came from heaven. Red Cloud, raining blood each time you cry and you cry and you cry and you cry. Red Cloud, I believe you came from heaven. Red Cloud, sometimes to live you have to die.
wives died that day and left without their hair. The red cloud took it home with him, and now ghost heads bleed bare. We thought that would be all of it. We thought they would go home. We thought bluecoats had learned to leave Lakota alone. And so we went on to the plains to make meat for us all, to pick the bison, precious gift, to feed us through snowfall. And while we marched, old women cried for babies they had lost, and making bluecoat intruders, bald-headed, wandering ghosts.
Wow. Bobby Bridger live in the KPFT studio, amazing. Not only the song, but the guitar playing was really good as well. You know, how about you and John together just tearing up the place?
Anytime you get to play with John Inman is a blessing, I'm telling you. He's just, and I, you know, there aren't many people that you can know for 4 decades and say such things about, but he's a wonderful fella and a good fella to know and a wonderful talent.
Sure.
Can't say enough good about him.
And he'll be joining you on stage this Saturday night at 14 Pews. What time does that show start?
That show, the doors open at 7:30, and the show starts at 8 o'clock sharp.
All right.
I'm just in there for a very specific amount of time,
Sure.
and so I have to start it right at 8 o'clock.
All right. And if you show up tomorrow night at Brazos Books for the book signing of his brand new book,
Right.
Where the Tall Grass Grows, you will be able to get into the show for free.
That's right. If you bring a signed copy and a receipt from the bookstore in your hand.
Bobby, you grew up around the Houston area.
Well, in this part of the world, in North Louisiana, is where I grew up. Yeah.
And you, what inspired you to first get in touch with your indigenous side?
Well, as I've been saying as I travel around with this book, I'm still working on becoming indigenous.